All friends, good morning. Jayendra Rana here. So I'll discuss the topic today: reinsurance regulations. Reinsurance regulations. Insurance and reinsurance companies and insurance intermediaries in India are governed by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. So the primary legislation regulating the Indian insurance sector comprises the Insurance Act 1938 and the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999. So under the powers granted to it under the IRDA Act, the IRDAI has issued various regulations for governing the licensing and functioning of the insurers, reinsurers and insurance intermediaries. The IRDAI has also issued the IRDAI registration and operations of branch offices of foreign reinsurers other than Lloyd's Regulations 2015. The branch office regulation, this is also known as the branch office regulations, so which govern the establishment and functioning of branch offices in India set up by foreign reinsurers, and has also notified regulations on the entry of Lloyd's into the Indian market. So although the Insurance Laws Amendment Act 2015 and the Insurance Amendment Act 2021 have resulted in many changes to the Insurance Act and the insurance regulatory framework in general, the primary insurance regulator continues to be the IRDAI. The appeals from orders issued and decisions made by the IRDAI may be referred before the Securities Appellates Tribunal, that is known as SAT. Procedural rules for filing appeals from the IRDAI orders of decisions or decisions with the SAT have also been notified. So reforms and regulations governing conduct of reinsurance must be known. 2023 witnessed a renewed focus from the government on the Gujarat International Finance Tax City, that is known as GIFT City, that is India's first and only international financial services center. So the center was set up in 2015 to undertake financial services transactions that are currently carried on outside India by overseas financial institutions and overseas branches, subsidiaries of Indian financial institutions. Although geographically located within India, the IFSC is considered an offshore jurisdiction as per Indian exchange control laws. So in 2023, the International Financial Services Centers Authority, that is the Unified Regulator of Financial Services in the IFSC, issued new regulations on the conduct of reinsurance as well as on the management control, administrative control and market conduct of insurance business. As such, the Indian government along with the IFSCA and IRDAI is actively taking steps to develop GIFT City and India as a reinsurance hub for insurance. The introduction of the IRDAI Reinsurance Amendment Regulations 2023. These amendments aim to harmonize the provisions of various regulations applicable to Indian insurers and Indian reinsurers, including foreign reinsurance branches and the IFSC. So insurance offices, thereby encouraging more reinsurers to set up business in India and enhancing the ease of doing business. So some of the key changes introduced under the Reinsurance Amendment Regulations include that the minimum capital assigned capital requirement for FRBs was reduced from an INR 1 billion to INR 500 million, with the provision to repatriate excess assigned capital. This has been a long-standing request from reinsurers and may incentivize more reinsurers to open Indian branches. Then order of preference, the placement of non-life insurance, reinsurance by Indian insurers is subject to the prescribed hierarchy of various entities with which Indian insurers can place business, that is order of preference. So the order of preference, previously spanning levels, has been streamlined to 4, while Indian reinsurers category 1 currently only GIC remain the first category in order of preference. IIOs that invest 100% of retained premium from Indian business in the domestic tariff area and FRVs category 2 have been placed second. So DTM means the whole of India including the territorial waters and the continental shelf and excluding special economic zones. Other IIOs have been placed as third and the cross-border reinsurers have been placed last. A cedent is required to secure maximum participation by category 1 and category 2 and abide by the order of preference while seeking placement. So seeking lead reinsurance support, a cedent is required to first seek lead term from all category 1 reinsurers transacting reinsurance business during the immediately preceding complete 3 financial years without interruption and at least 4 other category 2 reinsurers. A cedent cannot seek lead terms from CBR IIOs with a credit rating below A form, standard and poor's or equivalent. This restriction does not apply if an IIO is subsidiary branch of an Indian insurer. Significantly, cedents are allowed to not seek terms from a reinsurer or an IIO that is group, associate company or another Indian insurer. Retention policy, previously Indian reinsurers including FRBs and Lloyds India were required to maintain a minimum retention within India of 50% Indian reinsurance business underwritten by them. So the IRDAI now introduced a new exemption which provides that up to 20% of the total business retroceded by Indian reinsurers, which includes FRBs and Lloyds India to IIOs, will be considered towards the minimum retention requirement of such Indian reinsurers. Maintenance of record with the aim of easing the procedural requirement, Indian insurers are now only required to submit soft copies of the list of reinsurers with their credit rating and their shares in reinsurance arrangements along with the final reinsurance program. Previously, the insurers were required to file a soft copy of all reinsurance treaties with the IRDAI. So the Reinsurance Amendment Regulations make significant changes to the present framework for reinsurance in India with a view to fostering a more competitive reinsurance landscape. IIOs will now participate in new placement opportunities at par with FRBs. Recently, the IRDAI also released an exposure draft on its regulations governing the registration and operation of FRBs and Lloyds India, which seeks to consolidate provisions for both under a single set of regulations. Proposed provisions surrounding merger of parent entities of FRBs and nationalized compliance requirements. So an increased presence of reinsurers in the market will help to expand reinsurance capacity within the country. Following the pandemic, and reinsurance companies in India are witnessing a tightening of underwriting norms, leading to an increase in pricing. An increased supply will ensure availability of reinsurance cover for cedents at efficient or at increased prices and terms. Such changes are intended to incentivize the growth of reinsurance business in India and thereby develop a more robust insurance ecosystem. So, reinsurance market overview. In 2018, the global reinsurance market size was $254.90 billion USD, and it is expected to reach $318.90 billion USD by the end of 2025 with a CAGR of 3.3% during 2019 to 2025. So reinsurance, also known as the insurance for insurers or stop loss insurance, is the practice of insurers transferring portions of risk portfolio to other parties by some form of agreement to reduce the likelihood of paying a large obligation resulting from an insurance claim. So the party that diversifies its insurance portfolio is also known as the ceding party. The party that accepts a portion of the potential obligation in exchange for a share of the insurance premium is known as the reinsurer. The disorganized renewals, 1/1 renewals, means 1st January renewals at the start of the year, have seen the major reinsurers approach the 2024 season with a sense of caution, tempted with determination. The big reinsurers seemed both bullish and determined that risk be priced efficiently and fairly. So IRDI retains obligatory cession business to GIC Re at 4% for 2025 also. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority announced that it has maintained the status quo on obligatory cession of business for the financial year 2024-25 at 4% in favor of General Insurance Corporation of India, except for terrorism and nuclear pool related premium. So in the order dated February 16, 2024, the insurance regulator said the percentage cession of the sum insured on each general insurance policy to be reinsured with the Indian reinsurers shall be 4% in respect of insurance attaching during the financial year beginning from 1st April 2024 to 31st March 2025, except the terrorism premium and premium ceded to the nuclear pool, wherein it would be made nil. So the entire obligatory cession is to be placed with General Insurance Corporation of India, GIC only. The IRDI notification added obligatory cession refers to the part of the business that general insurance companies have to mandatorily cede to the national reinsurer. So the regulator has been gradually reducing the obligatory cession from 20% to 4% in FY 23 and 24. So the regulator further added that there will be no limit on the sum insured during financial year 2025. The Indian reinsurer may require the ceding reinsurer to give immediate notice of underwriting information of any cession exceeding an amount as specified by GIC. The percentage of commissions on obligatory cession for different segment of business are different. The minimum percent of commission to be ceded for motor TP and oil and energy insurance is fixed at 5%. Group health insurance at 10%. Crop insurance with a minimum commission of 7.50%. Average terms for aviation insurance and 15% for remaining class of insurance businesses. So the commission over and above that will be based on mutual agreement between GIC and the ceding insurer. The profit commission will be shared between the ceding insurer and the GIC on a 50-50 basis. The profit commission sharing will depend on the performance and surplus of the total obligatory portfolio of the ceding insurers after considering its incurred loss percentage to be worked out at the end of 3 financial years. Management expenses at 2%, profit at 5%, and commission on 12.5%. So these are the reinsurance regulations currently working in India. Thank you very much.